welcome to a new episode. Today I'm down in the Honmoku area of Yokohama, a really nice area of the city, which is kind of a favorite of mine. And I'm here to see a very special shop that has recently moved from Tokyo right here to Yokohama. Set up in 1976, Flat 4 has just hit its 48th year in business, making it one of the longest operating aftermarket shops in Japan. The founder, Takashi Komori, embraced the California approach to modding and enjoying an air-cooled Flat 4 car, be it a Beetle or a Transporter, and was probably the first to bring that Cali feel over to Japan. The headquarters moved to Honmoku in Yokohama a few years ago because the previous location in Meguro, Tokyo, was getting a bit problematic, as it was really hard for customers to find parking along one of the busiest streets and areas in central Tokyo. Nao-san found an old Denny's restaurant in Honmoku and knew it was the perfect location to set up the new headquarters. And I have to say, I am absolutely blown away at the size of this place. One of the biggest car shops, that you can find here in Japan. And Nao-san, the owner, has really hunted out a perfect location for it, because this general area here in Yokohama, like I was saying in the intro, kind of has this international vibe about it. Yokohama has always been the port area of Japan, the first city to open up to the west. And because of it, a lot of kind of areas in the city kind of have this international, European, kind of American feel most of the time, just like this neighborhood. So there's a very international type of housing estate here, and Flat 4 is located right in front of that on the main street. So this is the actual main entrance here, so you go upstairs. But before we do that, I think I just want to take a little walk around. Flat 4 really does a bunch of stuff. They do their own parts, they sell parts, they do restorations, and of course car sales. They have a bit of a stock, as we will see. And we are going to meet with Nao-san. Nao Fujita is the owner.
My name is Nao Fujita. I run the Flat 4 Co. Ltd. And we used to have a shop in Tokyo for more than 40 years, but then on 2021 November we just moved to this new facility.
Hey, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to point out that we do have an online shop selling a few pieces of merch. It really goes a long way to support the channel. We have this t-shirt here, which has basically my GTR on the back design. This very simple one with the Dino DC logo, which kind of matches the corduroy hat. And then since it's getting cold, up here in the upper hemisphere, we have a hoodie. All the merch is super high quality, and purchasing really does help support the channel. Sorry for the interruption, back to the video. There's a little workshop separate to the main building that has been put in place. This is where all the mechanical work, restorations get done. Under here is a bit of kind of like a display of their stock. So like I mentioned, they do sell cars, so you can come here and have a look at what is on offer. Tons and tons of Beetles and one Volkswagen camper van, right down to some really old versions of the Beetle. I'm sure Nao will explain us through every model that you see here, but it's pretty vast. Like, it's so unlike Japan to have such a nice, clean, well-curated layout. I just love all the old signs back here, past the little classic music speaker blaring out some old 50s stuff. Right across here, I love the Bosch battery one there. There's obviously something special that's covered up here. Maybe we'll have a peek later on. And as we will see, Flat 4, back at the old shop in Meguro, along Meguro Dori, they had the Flat 4 main building, and next to it a separate shop that was actually selling these restored classic jukeboxes. That's also been moved to the same location here in Yokohama. So we'll have a look at all the vintage jukeboxes that they restore. And I think along with these, they also do the old kind of like vending machines from 40s and 50s, as well as possibly the gas pumps. And I think it's time we head upstairs. I'm sure now we'll explain all about these 50s Rumzig Beastco Cabriolet and coupes on display there. I'm pretty sure at some point this building used to be a family restaurant. It has that kind of vibe. Established 1976. And you've been operational since 1976, right?
Yes, correct.
So 48 years in business.
Yes.
So the founder was your father?
No, not my father. It started with Takashi Komori.
Okay.
He was passionate enough to start business importing the parts for his friends first.
Right.
But then he decided to make it that as a business. And then it's his passion to provide the Volkswagen parts to Japan. Yeah.
And when did you take over the whole business?
It's been 8 years.
And just give us an idea of what Flat 4 is, because I know you guys are huge around the world for air-cooled guys. Mm-hmm. You do the right parts that people want, and yes. You also have a shop in Santa Monica, right?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
Yeah,
okay.
It was on 90s.
Oh, that was 90s,
yeah.
Okay.
I actually started my business, working for Flat 4 in Santa Monica.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome. So you brought a bit of California vibes here.
Yeah,
because
the Volkswagen is a Germany built,
yeah.
German cars. But then we more into California car culture.
Yeah.
And in 70s, when our founder, Takashi Komori, was in California, he realized, he got all the information and whatever it is from California,
like the scenes
and everything, yeah. So we are more into California scene than, back in Europe, Volkswagen history.
And you guys also did a lot of like drag racing back in the day, right? Like the original founder.
Yeah, we held a lot of event, because in US there was an event called Bugging. Mm-hmm. It was a bit of a drag race, swap meet, car shows, whole 9 yards. And then drag race was quite a big culture in Volkswagen in Southern California. All over the US actually. Yeah. Then we wanted to bring that culture to Japan, so we held the event called Family Days back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Invited some of the famous California drag racers as well. Yeah. And to make the drag race going. Yeah.
That's
back
awesome.
then we didn't have drag race course in Japan.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah. So
you guys probably
did
started
that in the Fuji Speedway.
Yeah. As soon as you come in, you can see how they have their complete engines on display here. Just to give you an example, there is a 1200cc version selling for 848,000 yen, and genuine rebuilt Volkswagen long block for just over 500,000 yen. And then you go to the slightly bigger ones, 1.6 and 1776 for just under 1 million yen. I guess this is the crate that the engines get shipped in. Vintage steering wheels, Okrasa heads, and this is the very first shop, opened in October 1976. So just turned 48 years old last month. As I mentioned, all the jukeboxes have also been moved to the same location. They even sell like cashiers. That's so sick. And these things do not come cheap. 1.5, 1.8 million yen. This is 2 million yen, so $15,000 or so. And center stage here is a 1950 Carman Cabriolet on display. Not sure if this car's on sale, if it's actually owned by a customer or Flat 4 themselves, but cool to see some old classics like this on display, especially for me because, I'm not really, proficient in the whole air-cooled Flat 4 world. It's always been interesting to me. And definitely the crossover with Porsche and just that link that exists. Like as I'm saying this, right behind me here are some Porsche wheels. So I just always been interested in the whole scene, and I just love how they've turned this whole kind of love for the older Beetles and the Transporters into something this big that's present in both Japan and the US. So Flat 4 as a shop offers a bunch of stuff. You do your own parts, you sell old parts, you do restorations. Like, can you give us like an idea of what you offer basically?
Our main business is to sell the cars, the restored cars, and also the parts.
Yeah.
We have a lot of customers in Japan, and also there's a lot of shops. So we do the wholesale and also the retail as well.
Yeah.
And we started making our own production parts in early 90s.
Okay.
Such as wheels, steering wheels, some miscellaneous accessories, and that. That opened up our business to other than Japan.
Right.
Yeah. So we started exporting our own products to Europe and US, and yeah.
So you basically sell globally now with your online store.
Nowadays, yes.
Yeah. And I see you offer like complete rebuilt engine packages.
Yeah.
Is that something that people go for?
It's quite often sometimes engine costs more to rebuild
than to buy.
than buying. But as you know, in current situation of currency exchange rate and all that, the price gets higher. So
yeah, I mean, I was looking at the prices; they're not bad at all. I'm a bit of an air-cooled guy with a Porsche now, so
compared to Porsche, it's a whole different market.
Yeah, it's a lot more affordable, which is good to see. On to the main shop area, which kind of resembles like a old 1930s, 40s shop counter. I do love this, and I think they carried over this from the older shop. So much on display here and for sale. These old school radio, some heads, intakes, dials, a bit of everything to kind of keep the otaku Flat 4 guy happy. You got the exhaust and headers, the Bakelite steering wheels. I'm guessing this is from the really early models. Mirrors from the Type 1. Door handles. I just love to see this kind of level of attention to detail, but just like being able to come and pick up parts like this for cars that are 50, 60, 70 years old. Absolutely unbelievable. Quite interesting, on the central display here they are now offering electric air conditioners. So just like on the 964, I'm researching to do a conversion to an electric air conditioner system to get rid of the very unreliable stock item. These guys are already there. They're doing kits for Beetles, maybe even camper vans. And this is the electric compressor, and that's the unit that you attach probably underneath the dashboard on the passenger side. Well, this has to win an Elvis Presley Las Vegas themed jukebox. Swear to God, the more I walk around here, the more this has probably become my favorite shop in Japan. So well laid out and just has that vibe, that right vibe that you kind of step inside and you're taken back in time. You kind of relax and you start looking at all the bits and pieces and kind of indulging in the scene. And of course here there's a bunch of awards from the Yokohama Hot Rod Custom Show. Of course, Yokohama's Munai Area 1, the headquarters of Yokohama, Japan, is literally 3 minutes down this road. And I'm actually planning to go there and visit and talk to Shige, the owner. We just did a Custom Fest in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, about a month ago. And I was asking him, is it cool if I come and film and maybe talk to you and you kind of go through the history of what Mooneyes is and how you took it over? And he said, yeah, sure. So we'll definitely have to, get in touch with him and do a proper video on Mooneyes Area 1 as well. And right here next to the main shop counter, I actually found the entire kind of layout of where this company started and where it's at now, ending in 2001 at the Tokyo location. So Started in 76. Moved across a bunch of various locations. This was in 1989. You can see the original founder here with the roof-chopped drag beetle. Then in 1993, it looks like they moved to another shop. And then in 95 over to the Meguro Street. We head into this really cool corner where things get really, really vintage and probably very, very collectible and extremely expensive. There is so much to look at, and I'm not even sure of the importance of a lot of these parts, but you know, like I mentioned, we'll probably get Nao to kind of show us across all these cabinets. There's so many old official Volkswagen parts in a crankshaft. That's crazy. All the horn buttons, and it's quite impressive to see how many crests that have been used on the horn buttons of Volkswagens. Like, I definitely have never seen that before. Over here, some more chrome parts. There's a cut model of a Volkswagen engine and transmission. You can have a look at how it's all laid out. You got all the vanes there around the cylinder section and the head part to cool. And over here you see how the actual engine, which is very tiny because it's only like 2 cylinders long, right, gets connected to the transmission and the rear end.
This is a coach-built car.
Right.
Basically, back in early 50s, they take the Volkswagen chassis and parts, and there's so many coach builders who put their own body on top of it.
Oh, I see.
And it depends on the customer. They could use Porsche engine, Porsche brakes.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. So this is not based on like a Carmanguia or anything?
No, no.
Completely ground up rebuild?
Those 2 cars are a company from Lamesh. It's a German coach builder company, and who use the VW chassis and all that. And the body is totally different. Nothing like Volkswagen, but it is Volkswagen chassis, drivetrain is Volkswagen. Yeah.
Yeah, it has almost like a 356 Porsche vibe to it.
Yeah. On the left side, the black one is called designed by Bisco, which is a different. It's got the suicide doors and that, and it was quite expensive car. And it's especially built like for the celebrity.
Right, and are these on sale right now, or?
No, it's our collection.
Your collection.
Yeah,
you're not getting rid of them. Okay.
Yeah, this is another Lamesh, but it's at 58. When you see the body shape quite different. On 58, Lamesh started marketing in the U.S. market.
Right.
So they built this shape to be more accepted in U.S., but it wasn't that successful.
I see. Interesting. I never heard of these. So all these cars here are like your stock, or?
Yeah, some of them are stock, and the high roof buses are delivery vans, and then some of the customer. But inside is basically it's cars for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the cars are already sold. Some of them are our company used car.
Some really old stuff in here too. I saw that the Beetle down here is like a really early one, right?
Yeah, this is one of our customer car. We did the whole restoration work on this from the separate chassis, powder coating on the chassis, and did the whole 9 yard on this one.
And is that still the original plate?
Yes.
And it didn't have the city?
No.
It just came
No,
like
even had the city logos before.
just
that.
a 5 on top?
Yes.
Which meant location, or?
Yeah, no, it's just a category of 5, which is this size of car.
Or the size of the car. That's crazy. I've never seen a plate this old.
Yeah.
So this would be what, 50s?
Yeah, 50s.
Wow. Plates in Japan look like now they have the I guess location number as well.
Yeah. This is the cars that this is a 1967 model. We built it for ourselves to showcase what we can do and what people can build just buying the parts from us.
Right. So you're kind of like a demo car, basically.
Oh yeah, basically demo car. But I build it like what I would drive or what I will build.
I do like the seats.
It's a car key seat, racing seat. They just come in black or gray.
Yeah.
and it just to put it just doesn't make sense for us, you know. So we kind of match the color to it, just to make it more suitable.
And then you have the
for
flat
the street
4
look.
badge there on top.
Yeah, that's our custom built one.
Nice.
That's
What's under the cover here? Is it something special maybe?
No, this is part of still the restoration work going for the customer. We just got new paint. We will start working on the mechanically to finish this. Yeah, but it's kind of hide it when we open up when we do the work.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was kind of confused by this one here. It's been hacked up.
This is a chopped type 2. The funny story is this one, it was originally from Moon Knight. Yeah, they used it in their shop to display the T-shirts and that. And we used to have it in Tokyo shop as well, using display T-shirts and that.
Yeah, because I saw there's a sofa in there, so I thought it was a half.
But like now, we don't want it to put it upstairs, you know. So we just leave it here, and it's a drivable actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
One day we will bring it to the event, or whatever. But like now, it's kind of sort of storage uses now. It's too bad for that. But yeah.
And over here you have like a engine workshop area, or
that's just a little test case. You know, sometimes we get the parts that we needed to test or disassemble. We do little work here.
I see.
And we have another warehouse. We make a shipping every day. So we actually have another warehouse who receive the parts, and you know, all the orders go out from another warehouse, not from here.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And across the lot is what, another workshop?
Yeah, that's the repair shop. We do the some custom work.
So, like I mentioned, I'm not really too familiar with these. I just know that the more windows, the more valuable.
Basically,
is that pretty much it?
Yeah, pretty much it.
So I'm guessing this is extremely valuable in both of them, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most of them are 15 windows.
15 windows.
Yeah, so we do some repair work here, you know, sometime, you know, for the drivetrain work, engine work, everything basically we do in here.
So you do the rebuilds in this place? Yes. Awesome. All right, so Nao is actually going to take out their demo car that we just looked at. I think it makes total sense if we take out something that, you know, Flat 4 has put together. And it's actually pretty much my favorite Beetle here in the whole lineup that they have under the main shop. It has that kind of like race bug vibe, and it pretty much runs all their products. There's no rear seats, and I haven't even had a look at the back, but I see some cool headers, exhaust system. We'll go around the back to have a look. I'm kind of dreading sitting in the buckets, but it's part of my life in Japan, trying to fit in seats that are not made for the larger gentlemen. Look at that. That's sick. And so clean. I love the color and how the color is kind of matched on the fabric used to upholster these race bucket seats. But we'll jump in with Nao, have a little drive, chat more about air-cooled and the whole Flat 4 brand. Up because it's actually built, and it takes a bit of time to get these to get up to temperature, so you're gonna enjoy some Flat 4 sound in the meantime. So clean. We're just setting up the camera inside the car, but I just love the lumpy idle this 1700cc engine has. We'll take a look once we find a nice location, but I'm not sure if you can see there's some nice intakes visible through the openings there, the venting on the cover. All right, so I'm in the car, and I'm just absolutely blown away at how comfortable these buckets are. not only do they accommodate my larger frame, but I actually feel very comfortable, and there's a ton of legroom. And I just noticed there's only 388 kilometers on the odometer. Wow, this is something special. I'm just impressed at how comfortable these seats are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a racing seat, but
yeah, they look like really uncomfortable racing seats, but it fits so well. So this car has less than 400 kilometers on the...
Yeah.
Wow. Fully rebuilt, restored by you guys?
Yeah.
So how long did the whole restoration take?
Year. Yeah. I was thinking more doing slow, but we saw, you know, okay, why not to debut at the Honmoku custom show?
And this is recent?
That we decide on February, actually, and then in December we debuted this car.
Oh wow!
So
was this at the Yokohama show?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The one that we displayed with all the wheels off.
Yeah, I remember. That's awesome. Back when I was a kid, my aunt had a Beetle.
Okay.
So I usually sat in the back as a kid. Yeah. That's all my memories of Beetles. But never been in a modified or like, you know, proper built one.
Yeah, this engine, I built it, had a huge valves and big duration on the cam.
Yeah.
And it's usually hard to drive. In such small displacement.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a little trick, you know, the cam timings and all that adjustment, so it's quite drivable. So actually comfortable.
Is all the power coming at the top mainly?
Yeah.
Revs to 6?
A bit or more.
Oh, wow. Finally, we take a look at the hand-built masterpiece in here. That is so simple and clean. And you were saying it's
1775.
75. Do you know?
The bore is 94. That was the only choice that I could use for particular cylinder heads.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to build the 2.2 liter. So, and then if I use a 69 millimeter stroke, which is the normal for this type of engine case, that become 1915, which is too big to me. I wanted to make it smaller as possible. So what we did was we had a 69 millimeter clown away crankshaft, de-stroke it to 64.
Right.
Yeah. So just in order to make
just
it
got
small
it right.
displacement. Yeah.
And do you know how much power it develops?
No, we never dynoed it.
Right.
Yeah, but probably close to 190. I
think. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it does sound really nice from the inside. So clean.
Yeah,
so,
however, because we wanted to demonstrate what we could offer.
Sure.
So we never did any custom paint on the engine tins or nothing. It's just to buy the parts and build it way it is. Yeah, you could build this clean engine.
I just love the simplicity and how clean it is. It really is well executed. And to end the video, we came to this really nice temple location, literally a minute away from Flat 4. Really quiet neighborhood, and it just has the international vibe that I touched on at the beginning of the video. It's just a really nice area, and I think a perfect area for Nao-san to have his shop at. And what a special Beetle demo car that we took out today. It just shows what Flat 4 can build. The simplicity of it all is what really shines for me, and I did love the interior. It's just so well appointed, so clean, and just very well executed. Pretty much exactly how I would build a Beetle if I ever had one. But you know, again, we're trying to kind of show, cover, and expose everything that goes on in Japan when it comes to cars. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing this very particular shop. It's pretty much at the heart of the flat 4 air-cooled craze, and again, another great angle to kind of bring you guys from Japan. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out dinodc.co, the merch shop, and hit us up on Patreon. Until the next video, let me know in the comments what you thought.